What if I told you there's a secret limit to sending money using Zelle? Imagine you're in a pinch, needing to transfer a large sum of money quickly. You open your banking app, select Zelle, enter the amount, and then boom. A message pops up saying you've exceeded the limit. It's a frustrating scenario, and one that many people encounter without knowing why. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the world of Zelle and uncover the hidden limits that might be affecting your transactions. We'll explore factors like daily, weekly, and monthly limits, as well as any restrictions based on your bank or Zelle account type. So, if you're curious about the Zelle sending limit and want to avoid those frustrating error messages, stick around. Understanding Zelle. Before we get into the limits, let's quickly recap what Zelle is. It's a peer-to-peer payment service that allows you to send and receive money instantly using just your phone number. It's a convenient and secure way to pay friends, family, or even businesses. Daily limits. One of the most common limits you'll encounter on Zelle is the daily limit. This is the maximum amount of money you can send or receive in a single day. While the exact amount may vary depending on your bank, it's typically somewhere between $1,000 and $2,500. Weekly and monthly limits. In addition to daily limits, some banks also impose weekly or monthly limits on Zelle transactions. These limits are typically higher than the daily limit, allowing you to send or receive larger amounts over a longer period. Bank-specific limits. It's important to note that Zelle limits can vary significantly from bank to bank. Some banks may have lower limits than others, while others may have no limits at all. To find out the specific limits for your bank, you can check their website or contact their customer service. Zelle account type. Your Zelle account type can also affect the limits you're subject to. For example, if you have a basic Zelle account, you may have lower limits than someone with a premium account. Factors affecting limits. Several factors can influence the Zelle limits you're allowed. Account age. Newer accounts may have lower limits initially. Verification status. Verifying your identity can often increase your limits. Transaction history. A history of successful transactions can also help raise your limits. Tips for avoiding limits. If you frequently need to send or receive large amounts of money using Zelle, here are a few tips to help you avoid hitting the limits. Plan ahead. If you know you'll need to transfer a significant amount, break it up into smaller transactions over several days. Consider alternatives. If Zelle limits are hindering your transactions, explore other payment methods like wire transfers or checks. Contact your bank. If you're consistently hitting limits, reach out to your bank to discuss increasing your limits. So, there you have it. While there are limits in place for sending money using Zelle, understanding these limits and taking proactive steps can help you avoid any frustrations. Remember, the specific limits may vary depending on your bank, account type, and other factors. If you're unsure about your limits, it's always a good idea to check with your bank directly. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.